folks, what is going on? It is sunny here, and I just finished a coaching call and we are getting things going. I'm going to be talking a lot more about the transition coaching and that process moving forward. I don't know if you guys remember, but I talked about in the fundamentals of ultimate well-being in that program that I talked about a while back on Instagram, that I was going to be doing a survey and asking a bunch of questions to a lot of people just to do some research and to gain some answers, which I've been doing a lot of. And one of the questions, or one of the more important questions that I've been asking, and I'm still doing the survey, and if anyone wants to answer, it is helpful, just let me know. But one of the questions that I've been asking is, are you doing what you really want to be doing with your life? Are you the question is, are you truly doing what you want to be doing with your life? And to the people who I've been talking to who have answered, there's quite a few who I've talked to who have answered no to that question. The most common reasons why people are not doing, so far, based on the research that I've personally been doing with the people that I've been talking to, who are, it's a wide group of people from all different occupations and careers and ages. So it's very interesting research, very interesting data. But for everyone who is, or most of the people who have answered no, that they're not, I have followed up with a couple questions and figuring out the reasons why. Now, typically, the two most common reasons for why people are not doing what they truly want to be doing is one, that they do not know what their passion is, or they don't know if they have a passion. And number two is some form of fear, which is very understandable because making massive change is very uncomfortable, and the brain is very good at creating fear around that, making us fearful when it comes to making change. I'm going to talk a little bit about my story with the transitions that I've made in my life to hopefully shed some light on the fact that I understand how scary those transitions are. I've made them a couple times in my life, which I'll talk about, which were, some of the scarier times in my life, but also produced the most amount of growth in that time as well. But right now I just want to quickly talk about these two answers to the question of, one, not knowing what our passion is, or not knowing if we have a passion, and then number two, fear. Answering or solving the problem around fear is something that I have no concern helping anyone get around, and the reason being is that's what I've been learning about specifically for the last over 12 months now, is how that fear is caused, self-limiting beliefs, how the brain works, and anything to do in that category. So I have no concern with helping people in the area of overcoming that fear, especially someone who's been through it firsthand myself, which again, I'll share with you guys. What I want to talk about now is just simply the fact of if we have a passion, or if we're passionate about something, for people who feel like they don't know what they're passionate about, or they don't know if they have a passion. And I just want to quickly share a story about my thoughts around having purpose, because I truly believe that every person on the planet has a purpose, and there's really a unique reason why every person is here. And I think finding out what that is extremely important in order to allow us to live a life of fulfillment and understanding of why we're here. I'm a firm believer that science can prove it, but everyone has their thoughts. Anyways, personally, I feel that we're made up of energy, and we're made up of consciousness. I showed some of you guys the tattoo that I got on my chest, which is called Oversoul by Alex Gray, which is essentially the meaning behind it is that we're eternal beings in a sense. Because I truly believe this. I feel like we don't ever truly die. We come here, we come from somewhere. We're cosmic beings. I've been listening to some podcasts with Jim Fortin, and me and him are very aligned with a lot of the things that he talks about, which is in a weird way, I feel like he almost read my book. I don't know why a multi-millionaire would steal my content, but it happened. Anyways, I truly believe that we've come from somewhere. We're cosmic beings because we have this consciousness inside of us and this energy. And when we die, our bodies die, but we never die, because you cannot kill energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. So that energy just goes into something else. And with our consciousness, that I just believe we go back into the universe, so we never truly die. I do honestly feel that we are eternal beings, and once our bodies no longer move anymore and we're buried or cremated or whatever happens, that we are then released. So the point I'm trying to get to by saying this and to tie all of this together is that when we are brought here from wherever it is that we come from, we're put, and this might sound crazy to some of you, and this is kind of my weird belief, but in a sense, I do really feel this way, and I know there are other people who feel this way as well, but I kind of think about it to the next level, where as this kind of conscious, energetic being, when we're brought to the planet, we are put in this meat suit or this body. And out of all of the energy and all of the consciousness and all of the people and whatever the percentages of you becoming a human being on the planet and how small that percentage is, that I feel like you're put in this body, you're contained within this body to give you the ability, whether it be to talk or to move or to do what it is that you are specifically brought here to do, or to get whatever the message is across that you are here to get across. So I think that you've been put here, there's a reason why you specifically are here with your consciousness and your energy in a body, and that you have a reason, a specific reason, and you have a unique purpose for why you're here. I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail later on about fulfillment and things of that sense, but I just want to share with you guys that I truly believe, and some of the greatest speakers and most successful coaches in the world around helping people find potential in these types of things, like Jack Canfield and all these people, truly believe the same thing, that we all have a unique purpose and we have potential, and that is very specific to ourselves, and very specific purpose for why we're here on the planet. And I truly do believe that, and I even believe it to the extent that we are brought here contained in a body to allow us to do what it is that we are supposed to be doing before we leave this planet. So I truly do believe that every single person who is here truly does have a unique purpose and a reason for being here. So for anyone who's who's answering the question, well, I don't know if I have a passion, or my answer to that question is there definitely is something that you're very passionate about. There is a purpose for why you're here, and there's a reason why you're here, and it's just a matter of figuring that out. And to reach the ultimate level of fulfillment and happiness is going to happen once we figure out what that purpose is and what that passion is, to help you to live to your full potential, which I can help you with figuring out what that is. There's a system that I've used for myself, that I use for other people, to really help you figure out what that is. Once we figure out what your passion is and what your purpose is and reason for being here, the second part of it, which is the fear-based part of overcoming the self-limiting beliefs and the judgment and the insecurities and the confidence issues and all of these things, I have no concern whatsoever of helping you overcome those things They're very important things to consider, and they are very real, but I just know how I'm going to help you accomplish those things. So I can support you through that process, but the most important thing is, first of all, is understanding that you are here for a reason. You have a purpose. There is something for sure that you're extremely passionate about. I can help you figure out what that is, and that's the first step. Once we figure out what that is, then we can move into taking action. So that's my interesting concept on why I feel everyone has a purpose and there's a reason why they're here. So I'll talk to you soon, and there's a lot more interesting content coming up. I'll talk to you later. Peace.